and gentlemen, so here we gather today to discuss on a very beautiful theme, what next? So let's discuss and let's also dive into the superpower in the age of AI. So it's been more than an year AI entered our lives and we started using more of it. It has become our co-creator. We have thousands of ideas in front of us. We have hundreds of prompts, thousands of designs to choose from, lot of brand strategies just available at a fingertip. Within seconds, now we are able to create content which took months. And what took months, we are able to create in days. And what took days, we are able to create in few minutes. For me, personally, being a brand strategist and an entrepreneur, helping hundreds of people build their brands, my speed has increased almost to 10x. We could cater to 5x more clients and our speed increased, our profits increased, and so many beautiful things happened when AI entered our lives. But then, after using it for quite a good time, something started fading in also. I became more anxious, less decisive, and also scattered. Do you also feel the same after using it for a good time? Are you also feeling more anxious? Yes? Let's have a raise of hands. Yes. Anxiety in the age of abundance. Ladies and gentlemen, we have everything at our fingertips. Every single thing. You want to create websites, you can do it in minutes. You want to create content, you can do it in minutes. Every single thing is in front of us. And we can do it in minutes. But there is an overwhelm, there is anxiety which is creeping in. We are becoming more indecisive in spite of having everything. And for me, personally, I face the same. And I wanted to share with all of you. And you're not alone in this journey. Let me introduce myself. I'm Nivedita. I'm a gold medalist in MBA entrepreneurship, and I've been helping brands come up with their positioning, branding, design, so many interesting things and creating powerful brands. Alongside, it's been more than 10 years. I'm also a meditator. I also practice mindfulness and I've helped over 5,000 people come back to their center and have the calm. So despite having an experience of over a decade in branding, in creating enterprises, I felt anxiety in the age of AI. I felt the overwhelm. And the decisions were also continuously getting postponed. All of you also agree, you become more indecisive and you become more scattered. So before we jump into quick hacks on how we can overcome the anxiety, how we can overcome, the indecisiveness we are facing with AI, let's zoom into what exactly is happening inside our brain with the AI overload. Are you all ready? Yes. So, when we are exposed to a lot of content, like limitless content, what exactly is happening to our brain? First up, our stress hormone, which is called the cortisol, immediately spikes. And all of us know if cortisol spikes, it creates hell lot of issues. Yeah, the first thing which is happening is that. And second, the PFC, the prefrontal cortex, which is like the CEO of our brain, it is responsible for taking decisions, it's responsible for guiding us, it's responsible for emotional regulation. It's something like the CEO of our brain, which is responsible for taking every decision in the way. Now, with the content overload and with the limitless options available for all of us, our own very CEO is just shutting off. It's like you have to take a crucial decision today, being an entrepreneur, being a leader, or being a coach, but your prefrontal cortex, your CEO, just walks away. It goes offline. Why? Because it's overloaded with too much of information. Yeah. And science says this. Yale University has released a research paper saying our decision-making quality reduces to over 40% after we are exposed to AI and a lot of content. Yeah, that's something which we really have to take care of. And then eventually what happens is when our CO freezes, we just stop taking decisions. We can observe in the past 1 year or so, when we have to decide upon something very important, we're just freezing or we are postponing the decisions again and again and again. And eventually what is happening? We are doubting everything around us, including ourselves. Happening? Yes? Yes. That is because of the content overload. And not just this, content overload also paired with the poison of social media. So we think social media is all cool, just we use it, when we are relaxing, but what exactly is happening? Social media and other content platforms are designed based on psychological phenomenon called upward comparison. We constantly compare, not with someone who is next to us or who are growing along with us. We are comparing every single day with someone who is above us, right? Someone more successful than us, someone more beautiful than us, and someone more and more realistic or your go-to person. Now, what happens when you compare this way? Research says, and this is not just philosophy, research is saying when you are constantly in this upward comparison trap, before even getting down your foot on your bed every morning when you start scrolling, scroll after scroll, reel after reel, what exactly is happening is, according to science, it says that you feel dissatisfied with your own life. Just after watching few highlights or few reels of others, you immediately feel you are not happy with your own life, in spite of having everything with you. Yeah. And second is, it immediately creates that, mood swings. And it's creating more of, indecisiveness. All because of this. So if we sum up everything, these are 20 scientific, impacts of digital overload. Yeah, so many things, like we have reduced our attention span, we are postponing things, anxiety, burnout, emotional exhaustion, impulsive, decisions, and now statistics say 1 out of 4 in the world are depressed. Can you imagine? 1 person in 4 out of the world are depressed just because of this, just because we are overloading with things which we are actually not designed to. Yeah. Now, let's also zoom all these emotions in quantum physics point of view. Yeah. Quantum physics says emotions are not abstract, they are vibrations. For example, if you are in fear, let's say, or if you're anxious, you vibrate at a lower frequency. But if you're happy, if you're grateful, if you're calm, you vibrate at a higher frequency. Now, why should we take care or, give it a point for frequency is, it's just like we are tuning into the energy of universe with a radio of our emotions. Like for example, if you're tuned to low emotions or you're tuned to low frequencies, which means you attract the same in life. You attract more chaos, more confusion in life. But if you're tuned to higher frequencies, you attract more abundance, more happiness, and naturally you flow. Your energy flows, your creativity flows. Yeah, and science says that. But here's the catch. Now that we have understood everything, that we really have to be happy, calm, centered, focused, if we instruct our mind that, hey mind, please be happy, please don't be anxious, will it listen to us? No way. Let's also understand that with a quick example. Let's all close our eyes for a moment. Let's understand how our mind works. Let's all close our eyes. Let's not think of an ice cream. Let's not think of an ice cream. We can think of anything else, but not an ice cream. Let's open our eyes. What flashed? Ice cream, right? Yes. Because from the realm of your own mind, you cannot handle your mind. Yeah. Whatever, you instruct not to do, it will definitely do. What happens? Your mind persists whatever you resist. That's how our mind is designed. Whatever you resist, it persists. Then how do we handle our own mind? We need something else, an anchor, which can really, help us navigate through all these emotions so that we can always have, or we can always raise our emotional frequency. You want to know the secret on how do we navigate this mind and the emotions? Yes. So the universe has given us a precious gift. It's the breath. Yeah. It's all of us think it's simple, but it's an extremely powerful tool which all of us have inbuilt within all of us, which can help you navigate your emotions, can help you become efficient, can help you become centered, everything. Yeah, you might still have a doubt. Let's understand the relation between emotions and breath. Let's say if you're very angry, how is the rhythm of your breath? Very fast, right? And when you're happy, listening to music or listening to something which is, very interesting to you, your pattern of breath is very slow, right? Yes, which means your emotions and the rhythm of breath are directly connected. Now, what we can do is, instead of we being always, giving up with our emotions, we can change this also. When you work on the rhythm of your breath, you can also change your emotional states. And this is not just a theory, even science, even research is also saying this. And this was a reminder for me, in spite of help, with an experience of over 10 years of helping people come back to center, do meditation, and also being a practitioner, this was a strong reminder and a realization for me that in the age of AI, it's even more important to use breath work, to do breath work, to take care of our own minds, to have the clarity of thought, so that we can successfully navigate, successfully use the tools to become successful in life. Yes? And let me take you to the science. As we were discussing, like when we are on content overload, the cortisol is increasing constantly. Our PFO, the prefrontal cortex, fatigues, and decision quality drops by 40%. But when you practice, like in my case, it was Sudarshan Kriya, which I practice every single day, and also I have observed in so many peers of mine and so many students, and also according to the research, it says it immediately reduces your cortisol by 56%, and the PFC activity, the prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain's activity increases. It will help it relax and it will increase. And the biomarker of emotional resilience, the HRV, also increases when you practice these rhythmatic breathing tools. So, what next? So breath work isn't a luxury anymore that you do it in the weekends or in the retreats. It's extremely important for all of us to do it every single day so that we have the superpower with all of us. Yeah. So the real superpower in the age of AI is the ability to have clarity when everything is chaotic, to have the confidence when things are seeming highly impossible to process, to be centered, to be emotionally resilient, and to be intuitive. Correct? Yes? So, I found few important and few powerful tips for all of you, which has helped hundreds and thousands of students come back to center and have their own intuition in place. It's just a 7-step protocol. The first, which you can use every day so that you become, more centered, more intuitive, and you have a say over AI and you can co-create with it. First up, the very, very first important thing is every single day, please witness your own mind. After you get up, ask yourself, how do you feel? It is said the foundation and the first step of self-mastery is awareness. Be aware of how you feel. And once you're aware, second is own your frequency. When you're in office or when you are having a highly anxious, time, please come back, please walk for a few minutes, and please remember whatever you're grateful for. At least one thing you're grateful for, so that you can own your frequency. And science says when you move, when you have movement and with intention, you can instantly change your frequency. And third is work with your breath, non-negotiable, 15 minutes every single day, so that you will immediately find more focus and more clarity coming your way. Yeah. And fourth is implement. We save hundreds of reels, thousands of ideas every single day to implement, but we end up, failing to implement. Instead, let's all take a, decision today. We'll at least implement one single thing every single day instead of just saving. And face your emotions, feel your emotions, and free it so that it will not get accumulated and it will not make you stressful. And the last and final thing is elevate with rituals. Even it is simple rituals of, noting down whatever you're grateful for or whatever best happened throughout the day, in the night, anything which suits you. Please follow rituals so that you can elevate your energy. That's all from my side. It's called the Evolve Life. So let's all together pause, breathe, and win together in the age of AI. Thank you so much.